Okay, so I am about to start a little pumpkin crochet beanie hat for my nephew. I'm using the Karen Simply Soft in pumpkin. I did do that on purpose. I just forgot. I am also trying to accomplish this with two new kittens, so this is not gonna be easy. This one in particularly loves to chew yarn. And then this is our little boy Ducky. He doesn't chew the yarn, but still, I have my hands full here. Okay, I think I've got the pattern down now, so I'm gonna start working on it and then watch some Rhiannon and Ashley vlogs and just work on it until I need the next step. So it's a couple days later. I didn't end up filming the rest of the crochet just because it ended up going fairly fast, and I had broken it up within 2 days. So here's the final product. I will also link the content creators video and also link to their pattern. I bought the pattern just because I was going to do a different size in her video tutorial. So yeah, but it was fairly easy to read. I also learned a couple new techniques. And I also think it just turned out really cute. The little twisty bit did work for the most part. And then, yeah, the stump I had a kind of wing, so it's a little funky, but I think you get the gist. So, yeah, that's for my nephew, which I'm gonna go down and see him in a couple weeks and meet him, so I'm really excited. Sorry, my cat's over here just being cheepies, so he's being a little needy boy. But yeah, I just got home. I am probably gonna finish working on my Swirl Sweater by Hannah Drapinecki. I'm not sure if I'm saying her last name correct, but I will also link her below. So yeah, I'll probably get started on that. What else? Oh, I was able to cut some marigolds from my garden. They are really popping off right now, and there was a ton of blooms on them, so I went and harvested those so I can show you guys. It turned out super cute, like a little... Honestly, it kind of looks like a basketball, but it's not that bad. Let me see. Here they are. They do kind of look like a basketball, but super cute. Super huge blooms, as you can tell. Yeah. And they'll last quite a while, so... Ducky! Oh, baby. Hey guys, I'm here today with a little tutorial of how to preserve your own wedding bouquet, or honestly any bouquet. I got married in September, about mid-September, so I've had enough time to dry, press my own flowers for my bouquet and some of the other arrangements. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do it myself. I saw a lot of people that did do them, a lot of services, and I don't know about you, but after paying for a wedding and and I love doing a lot of DIY. I love florals. I love making everything, honestly. I thought, you know what, I could do it myself and it would be fun. So I'm gonna film it and show you guys how I did it. I did buy 2 different size shadow boxes, but I think I'm gonna go with the larger size just because a lot of my stems are pretty long, and although I'm gonna cut them, I just think to get the full effect of my like floral bouquet, because I'm gonna keep it pretty traditional bouquet style, I just need more space on top. So yeah, I have all my supplies here. I did, like I said, I pressed some, I hung some, and then I put some in my just herb dryer laying flat, since I had a lot of flowers I could dry pretty easily. So yeah, I think that's it. I will show you all the supplies I have. Another thing I'm debating on is whether I will put my invitation in, but I think that just depends on how the arrangement looks in the box and then if there's room. But I did get, I'll show you a little piece. I did get this little metal, I don't know, plaque, just to go either on the bouquet ribbons or off to the side, just so it's, I don't know, it's a little cute wedding memento. So yeah, without further ado, I will show you the supplies. I will be working on the floor just because that's how I like to work. I could work at a table, but I like hurting my back instead, so we will be doing that. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bummed. I thought I was recording the whole time and I was not, so unfortunately we missed how this was arranged, but I will say it wasn't too difficult. I just kind of started with the base and then just started filling in gaps, and then even once I had tied the bow, there was still some gaps, so I added these roses since there was a hole there, and then some of this filler as well. I do have to try to close it, so I have to press these a little forward and then close it and secure it. And then I did put the little cute pin that we got a couple days after our wedding at a local shop. So yeah, I will get this closed up. Since I missed filming everything, this probably won't be a tutorial. If you guys would like one, I could probably do it again just with a random Trader Joe's bouquet and just drying and pressing it and doing it again. I do have a minier box over there, so I could do it. But yeah, so I guess this will just be part of the weekly vlog. It was a very creative week this week, so you will not be shy of content for that. Alrighty. I do want to show these press. These were also my wedding flowers, but these were just pressed. The delphinium turned out really nice. Those turned out really nice. The eucomas didn't turn out nice pressed or dried, so I'm a little bummed that that didn't really make it into here, but I have the photos, and I can also maybe even include a photo of the actual bouquet and what it looked like when it was alive. So alrighty. Well, that's it. A little disappointed, but that's alright. I think those are just kind of the learning lessons of this whole process. It's new, and yeah, I just have to give myself a little grace. So alrighty, thank you. See you guys soon. Hey guys, it's a start of a new week, and I just wanted to catch up with where we're at. As far as crochet projects, I did finish my other pumpkin. It's over here next to the OG pumpkin, which is, I'll have to look at the tag, but it's a yarn from Cascade that my husband picked out, and super unique, and you know, I like when he gets involved in my interests and things like that, so, and it was something different and like a different texture I haven't used before, so I knew instantly when I saw it that I wanted to make a pumpkin, so just decided to make a medium pumpkin to go with it. And then I think I do plan on doing a smaller pumpkin in white in the future. I just have to get either a chunky yarn or double up on some white yarn, which maybe I should get that done soon because, yeah, the season's gonna go and then I'll probably be out of the Halloween spirit, so, oh. Okay, so I am in town and gonna check out this new yarn store because I recently got a drum carder and I want to get some dyed wool, and I found this location that apparently has it pretty decent prices. It's called Northwest Woolery, so we'll see how that works out. If I get anything good, I'll share. Okay, some damage may have been done. They just had like an amazing selection. Yarn I've never seen, yarn I've had on my wish list. They had Noro yarn, which I find to be difficult to find, and then yeah, I just found a ton of dyed roving wool and undyed. I mean, their selection was amazing already, like ready mixed roving wool for spinning, and the shop lady was just so nice. It was just perfect. It was so cute, and it was so hard not to spend a lot of money, so I may have a haul, but we will do that later. We're at that point in America where, you know, I hate capitalism, but I like supporting small local shops, and honestly, you have to try to find some joy in your day, and this was, I don't know, I wanted to cry. I don't know why, but like this, I don't know, when you see something you really love and it's curated just in a way that you like, yeah, it reminds you of the good and the things you like. So anyways, I am off to my second stop out of 3. We are going to the Pendleton wool, like their mill stores, so like where they have like the outlets kind of thing. I'm going to try to see if I can get some scraps to use with the drum carder as well, see if they have any raw wool, but yeah, that's our next stop, so I will see you in a bit. So I'm back with a haul from yesterday. I took a little time to unpack and, you know, really look at what I got yesterday. I started at Northwest Wools, and they had a lot of the roving wools that I was looking for to start with. So here are a couple colors. I did get just plain wool so I can learn to just spin this, and then also had this for dyeing if I decide to do that. I do want to experiment with it, but since I have the drum carder, I want to work on that first and then, yeah, progress to dyeing my own yarn. I got this great yellow color with our curry walls. I think you can see kind of the similarities. And then I got this teal. It's coming up blue on the camera, but it's more of a greenish teal, like true peacock teal color. I guess it's more turquoise. And then this is a really soft, this is showing up well, a really soft pink. It's really nice. I'm super excited to work with these colors. This is also a true forest green. Again, this is showing up more like the teal on camera, so I have my cat also potentially moving our cameras, so we will see how long this is stable. Then I got this nice terracotta color, again coming up brown on screen. Doesn't help that these walls are not the best for color correction or seeing what true colors are. But I think this will be a good mix because I want to do some more autumn yarns. There's a specific yarn from K&C that is no longer available, and it's the perfect combination of a white base with blue, browns, and purples. It's just like the perfect fall color, and yeah, I kind of want to replicate it. And then I got this bright, I wouldn't say it's coral, but it's a, well, I guess it's more of like a coral bubblegum pink. And I'm really excited to use this, so I think it will blend well with the other ones I've gotten. And then at the same store, I also got yarn to ply whatever I spin with. I think this magenta color will actually be a really good accent with the colors I have, so excited to experiment with that. And then I got a white yarn because I think this is always a good base to have. I thought about getting a black one as well, but since I'm just starting out, I figured I would start slow and just start with the white because I do tend more towards, I mean, dark tones, but with like a white base, if that makes sense. So we'll be using that. And then, again, their yarn selection was vast, and I had to hold myself back, and I really didn't hold myself back, if I'm being honest, but I didn't get as much as I wanted, and I definitely have some saved yarns for the future. I was taking pictures of them, so I can even share those that are on my wish list for next year. But yeah, I'll get started with this Barocco remix. The owner was really excited about this yarn. Just like, obviously, it has 100%, not obviously, but it has 100% recycled fibers, so it's not just, I mean, you don't feel bad, and it feels great, and it's kind of got that tweed look, which is what I was looking for. I specifically got this for a sweater that I'm making for my husband. It's like a Christmas sweater, and I think this green will be fantastic. It's kind of hard to see, but has some of the little mixed fibers in there that you can see, and I think it'll give a good texture. So that's the first yarn. The next yarn, I was really excited. Like, the minute I got into the store, this was the yarn. I'm like, oh, okay, I really like this. It is a 100% cotton. It's Nako Eileena. But it's just really soft. I love the colors. I had originally started making a vest with more winter colors, but because of the open knit stitch that it has, I figured the spring colors would be better. This has a really good green, purple, even some pinks in there, as you can see. Super cute. I'm really excited for that one. And then they had a clearance section, which I only saw as I was lining up to check out, so I quickly ran back and I found this. It's an Italian brand, Adriafil. Really nice, really soft. I love these colors. I mean, it's like a good rainbow mix. There is a Tunisian crochet sweater that I think this would work really well with, so I got 2 of these to make that. And then I'm new to Jupiter's Moon, which now I'm kind of surprised that I've been sleeping on this yarn for so long, but they also had this in the clearance section, and it is a weight 4 alpaca silk and wool mix. It's really got that merino wool vibes. I feel I can either add this or work with it on its own, make a really nice loose sweater, and I think it would be really nice and comfy. This also was only like $13, I think, on sale, and it has 437 yards, so I would say that's a deal. Couldn't pass it up. The second location, I went to the Pendulum wool mill. So that's kind of their outlet store. They have cheaper priced items that they normally sell. And then they also have their raw materials, essentially. You can buy their fabric, you can buy their scraps. But they had an extensive selection of just already cleaned wool and fleece. And yeah, it was really neat. I take that back. I did buy a little towel set for my nephew. It's super cute. It's like a little towel wrap with a hood, and it's adorable. But I mostly went to get raw wool. So this is the Superwash just says wool superwash ball top. And this is not quite a pound, but almost a pound. They sell it for $30 a pound. But I thought this would also be great for spinning, to later use for dyeing in the future, or just adds additional white base for the other mixes that I will end up doing with the wool on the drum. So yeah, I think it was a pretty good deal. Everything I see for wash clean wool is usually higher, and then on top of the shipping costs and things like that. So this was really nice to find. And oh, I totally forgot. I also got these fibers at Northwest Wools. It's a Wednesday lock. It's a nice purple color. I think it's got a really nice texture, which is nice because I did not end up getting the Aster color purple roving wool that I wanted, and I was happy to see that I at least got this darker color. And then I also got dark cherry in the same batch. Let's see, it's really pretty. Just, yeah, it looks so soft. Okay, last place was the Starlight Knitting Society. Really cute. At the end of the day, I was kind of towards my end of my energy juice, so I didn't have a whole lot of time that I spent in here. Plus it was super packed, which, oh, it's good. But for me, I do find it overstimulating if I'm like waiting to look at the same things. And anyways, but I did get to see their spin yarn that they had. There's this colorway Water Witch that I've been eyeing, and just being able to feel it and see it in person was just really nice, especially when I'm ordering yarn online. I really want to feel it before, because I cannot, anything that's an itchy fiber I will not wear, and there's no point in me even working with it. So, but I was really happy because they had the universal yarn there, and they had the Uptown Worsted and the DK, and these are extremely soft. These are, let's see, they're in acrylic. They're 100% acrylic, but they're just extremely soft. It doesn't feel acrylic, and honestly, for other projects like my granny cardigan and things like that, I think this will be a great choice. I got the color Cranberry, so very festive. I also thought it went really well with this avocado color, but I did get this in the DK. They didn't have this cranberry color in DK, otherwise I would have gotten it in DK, because I tend to lean towards DK. I just like the movement it gives a garment, and I do a lot of wearables, so it's just what I tend to lean towards. But this is a really great color. This is color Olive, which these two together I love. I also have a Knit Picks order coming in that contains these colors as well, but in different sizes, so clearly there's a theme. And then the last bits are some bamboo pops that I got by Universal Yarn as well. Super soft. This is coming more of a cobalt color, but it's more of a aster blue. You can't tell, but it's more muted than it's showing up here. And then I also got bamboo pop in the color Crocodile, which is more of a light teal color. This is showing up more blue, but it has more green and more white flecks in the yarn as well. So yeah, that was my haul from yesterday. It was a really great day, honestly, just meeting people that have all the same interests, and honestly that first shop was just amazing. I will be going back there as budget allows, because I did not restrain myself, nor should I. When I go into town, it's not always, so I kind of want to make the most out of them. So I am currently working on my Coraline sweater, which I won't lie, it's pretty difficult. I did see that they had at one of the stores Lang silver yarn, but it's just a little too thick, and it feels like that kind of tinsel material, and I just know if I'm gonna wear this as a sweater, I want it to be cozy and soft, and that's just gonna irritate my skin. I already know it, although I do think it would be beautiful and make my life easier. But I found silver thread online on Amazon. I had to buy 2 cones because I had bought one in the beginning and it had a good amount, like 3,000 yards or something in it, and so I figured that would work. But once I put it next to the yarn, it was still a little too thin, so I needed to double it up. And then recently I saw the same shop, same brand, everything, offered essentially the same cone but broken up into 2, which is what I would need, because I was going through the process of, if I spun it, I could use my sewing machine to spin a little thimble of it, but then I would be constantly spinning those again to try to pull 2, and the effort that it would take did not seem worth it. So I have now converted to this system. Let's see if I can move it. I have the Karen Simply Soft in color dark country blue. I think this is the most accurate color I could find to the Coraline sweater. And then I am using these 2 silver threads, and I made shift a little bobbin spindle thing. And so yeah, it's taking a while, and these are at least very strong. I haven't had any of them break, but they do tend to get bundled up on here, so I will probably look into a future system for this. But in the meantime, I think it's turning out exactly how I want it to. It's got the right amount of sparkle, and then later I will be working on the stars to add to this. This is just the first panel. So yeah, that's the progress. What else? The kittens settling in still, but I think they're getting more and more used to it every day. And then we did go on a Costco run and get this big old guy, so he's my new favorite and the cat's favorite. But yeah, but that's the haul. I will keep you updated if I do any drum matting. I'm really excited. I did also get a drop spindle from Etsy, and it came with like a roving wool to get started, so I'm going to start learning how to spin. They do offer classes local, but it's kind of bring your own materials, and I don't know, for me, I like to figure things out by myself, because then I can get frustrated easily by myself, and it doesn't bother anybody. And I don't know, I find it easier to work when I'm learning something new. I find it easier to work it out myself. So anyways, but that's where we're at. So I will check in with any future projects that I have.